while making millions, witnessing killings, leaving dead bodies in abandoned buildings. Can't reach the children cause they illin', addicted to killing and the appeal of the cat pilling. Without feeling, but will they last or be blasted, hard-headed bastard. Maybe he'll listen in this casket. So what I would tell, you know, anybody who would listen to me is that, you know, you gotta start peeping game. Peeping the game. Mm-hmm. The game is the game of life. You got to start peeping how they're doing it. Mm-hmm. And if you see it, you can see the little signs that says that the guns are turning away from, you know, Europe and Russia and Iran and Iraq, and they're turning to us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If we so strong as gangs and as hustlers and as G's and as thugs or whatever, it should be no rapes, there should be no violence, there should be no gunshots in our community unless we the ones sparking it, unless we doing that to somebody that's trying to infiltrate or break down our community. This dude in here always tell me, I don't got no friends. I don't got no friends. Mm-hmm. Everybody that was involved knows what happened. Mm-hmm. And everything is there. If you got a brain, just read everything over. And read my reply, read their reply, read what people say. Watch people. Because you can fake for a long time, but one day, you're going to show yourself to be a phony.
That's for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what these, you know, a lot of people are doing these days. I would tell each and every person out there, don't forget about that clicking up thing, you know what I mean? Be to yourself. Stay to yourself. Trust nobody. Trust nobody.
After dark.
You know what I mean? Straight up. My closest friends did me in. My closest friends, my homies, people who I done took care of their whole family. I done took care of everything for them, looked out for them, put them in the game, everything turned on me. Fear is stronger than love. Remember that. Fear is stronger than love. All the love I gave didn't mean nothing when it came to fear. In the jail, I'm telling you straight up, this ain't the spot. It's dirty, it's filthy, it's like you an animal. You know what I mean? And it's just not the spot. No man don't want to be here. No man or woman wants to be here. So if there's a way that you can get out of the game before it's too late, get out the game before it's too late. They ain't gonna be enlightened.
Why not?
They ain't gonna listen.
They have to listen to somebody.
I didn't listen. I didn't listen till I came here. Mad people was telling me, watch out, look out, signs up ahead. I was like, yeah, I got this. You know what I mean? I hope they listen. But because money is evil, if it's not handled right. If you lose your composure, you can do anything. And fear got stronger than love, and niggas did things that they know they wasn't supposed to do. They know in their heart. That's why they get hell now. Right. They can't sleep. That's why they telling all the reporters and all the people, why they doing this? They fucking up hip-hop, because they in hell. They can't make money, they can't go anywhere, they can't look at themselves. Major New York rappers, or they managers, or they agents, or they somebody was there when I got shot. And nobody couldn't give me no information. Just study that. Study how when Wu-Tang got their chain snatched at 6'6" Dukes, I not only found who did it, but gave them the message that if they want to see the niggas that did it, they can see them. Man to man. Just you and them. No guns, no nothing. If you feel like that. You seen what I said in the Vibe article. I basically bowed out and was going to go ahead about my life. The next issue, that wasn't even the next issue because them cowards waited about 4 issues before they got their story together. 4 issues later, half of New York is commenting on me getting shot. And before, they was all like, we didn't see nothing. In the first issue, read it, Vibe viewers. Nobody seen shit. You know what I mean? And I think heaven is just when you sleep with a good conscience. You don't have nightmares. And hell is when you sleep, the last thing you see is all the fucked up things you did in your life. And you just see it over and over again. Because you don't burn.
Hello YouTube, this is Retta. How are you guys tonight? I slept all day. I woke up with, I've been pretty good for a couple of weeks, but today, I woke up, you would think yesterday on my birthday I was drinking. I ain't drink nothing. I woke up with such a headache, and I slept all day. So, here is why I'm up now. And I know this story has been around the internet for about a week now about this young 19-year-old girl. Name is Kenneka Jenkins. Hope I'm saying her name right. Or Kenneka. Let me get my... Oh, sorry about that. I knew I should have brought my phone over here in the first place. Kenneka Kenneka Jenkins. Kenneka Jenkins. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to do a reading on her to find out really what happened to her. She went to a party with her friends, and we all know, you know, kids will be kids no matter what we teach them. When parents aren't looking, kids will be kids. And you know, kids nowadays are grown way before their time. It's like everybody wants to grow up fast, and it's really such a shame. And what's really a shame also is that, you know, there is not only Kenneka passed away, how many people in Chicago have passed away? How many teenagers and children have passed away in Chicago this year? It is really rough. I went to Chicago, this is going to be years ago, like 2001, 2002. And I'm from New York, and I was scared. I'm from New York. I lived in the worst part of Los Angeles for a little while. When I lived there, I have never been scared in my life than when I was in Chicago. They have good food, but I was scared for my life in Chicago. I had someone try to sell me. I went to Chicago for a funeral, and I guess at the time I'm like very light skinned. If you guys seen the picture of me back in the days, like people are like, you're not black. Back in the days, I was a lot darker. I looked more ethnic there, a lot darker than I am now, and that's because I have no sun. New York sun doesn't do anything for me. But yeah, someone thought I was white, and my friend's family lived in the projects. I don't know what side it was, but at the time they didn't know that I was black. They thought I was white. A couple of them thought I was German. I don't know, but all I know is that this girl was scheming. I didn't know her. The people that I was with didn't know her, but she was scheming to sell me to other people. She happened to try to sell me to the group I was with, and they're like, and guess for how much? For $50. I was like, what the heck? What percentage was I supposed to get out the $50? So that was my experience in Chicago, and that was rough. But I feel bad because, you know, even though we all our teenage kids, they want to go out and party and drink, and it's much. I mean, I'm the strictest mother in the world. I'm strict. My kids will tell you I was strict. My son came home one day drunk. Had to be like 2 o'clock in the morning. Way past. If it was a normal time, I probably wouldn't have, like, I would have been in my room or something, wouldn't have, but he had the nerve to come in my house at 2 o'clock in the morning and that made me get out of my bed. Like, whose house you think you going to coming in at 2 o'clock in the morning? Are you freaking crazy? And I was about to go at it, but he was not even responsive. He was so freaking drunk. I didn't even know I didn't know what was wrong with him. So I took him to the hospital to see. I wanted them to test his blood. I wanted to see what the heck was going on. So I know, no matter, this was years ago. I'm just open these things. So, yes, a man has had something to do with it. A man has had something to do with her end, her death. A man has had something to do with her death. There's also, she wants us to have an open mind as to what happened. To have an open mind as to what happened. To have an open mind and try to understand what has happened. I'm looking at this middle card. It says home, so I'm thinking of it like it was the hotel. I think she wasn't on her guard there. I think she thought she was amongst people, amongst friends, to have a good time. I don't think she was not on her guard. A man was at the heart of it, and he made an irrational decision. It's like his decision to do this was an emotional decision. I don't think he planned on killing her. I don't think he planned on killing her. I think that just happened. That was working off of emotion. So whether it was scared or anger or passion, he was working off of emotions, and it wasn't planned. All right. So, Jacob, can you tell me about your murder? There's two. Okay. She was naive. She was naive, and she was at a crossroads of her life. She was at the crossroads of her life. She was naive. She could have went one way, but the way that she was going was trouble. You know, she was going. It looks like, well, she was at a crossroads. She was looking at the way of, I don't know if you can see. She was at a crossroads in her life, but she wasn't looking forward. She was looking this way, towards the mountains. The mountains always represent trouble to me, like trouble, turbulent times, this and that. And that's where she's looking at. And that's where the bird is. So I think she was at a crossroads because she was only 19. But the way she was looking and the way that she was leaning, she was going down a road of troubled times. What's funny is I did watch Aphrodite Stone reading, and she talked about something about unicorns. And with this high priestess, there's a unicorn back here. So this is the high priestess. This is between the veil. I think this is her way of communicating with us, that she wants to bring some things to light. She is still kind of emotionally attached to this plane, and she wants to bring things to light. But there is a significance to a unicorn. There was a guy. There's this cups again. Remember I said, here's the guy. This is the guy with the hearts, which is cups. Here he is here. Remember I said he wasn't working off of, he was working off of emotions. I also think that he was intoxicated. I think that he was agitated for some way, and he was working off of emotions, not too much thought process. And he may have even given her some alcohol or drugs or something. And also he was on alcohol or drugs or something. The Chariot, he was forceful. So he was forceful. He wanted his way. He wanted his way by force, will, or determination. So he wanted his way, and he was going to get his way by any means necessary. It looks like there's another guy. So it looks like there are two guys. And in between them is this Chariot. Okay. Just tell me what happened. It's the Five of Pentacles. There's a lot of sadness, a lot of pain. She felt despaired. I think these two men forced themselves on her. I think one went through it emotionally. He acted out of emotions. Whereas this one acted out of emotions or, you know, whatever. And one acted out of just wanting. She suffered. She knows her mother's suffering right now. She's with her mother. She knows her mother's suffering right now. I think Aphrodite also said, I don't watch too many readings, but for some reason, I like Aphrodite. Not for some reason. Some reason I happened to turn on the YouTube and her video was up. And I like, she goes about reading in a very different way, you know, more spiritual. So, but it is, on her last thoughts, she had despair, and I believe she was thinking of her family. Her sister, her, and the child. Her sister, her mother, and the child. Those are her last thoughts. She was being held down. One guy was holding her down. And one was forcing himself. So one appears to be holding her down. I think one had her top area. And the other one, they were in a confined space doing this. So one was holding her arms. She died. This is her transition. See her transition card? The Nine of Cups is that she knew she was emotional at the end. She knew she was going to die. She was very emotional at the end. She knew she was going to die. Her thoughts were with her family. Her thoughts were with her family. She was emotional at the end. I think she was even wishing, begging, rethinking her whole decision. It was like her whole life. Here's her at the wishing well. Her whole life was like flashing before her, how she wished she could do things differently. This is the transition card. Did your friends know? The lights shined on it. She was vulnerable. Yes, yes, yes. Her friends knew. Well, one friend knew. The light's going to be shined on there. One of her friends is emotionally imbalanced. She might have some emotional problems. One of her friends are emotionally imbalanced. One of it, the Maiden of Swords is telling me she had knowledge. that she's not telling the truth because the sword is down. So she has knowledge. She's not telling the truth. And she's carrying a burden. So she's having a burden. I think she's carrying a burden. I think that there was a lot of alcohol involved. A lot of alcohol involved. Lots and lots of alcohol. I think she had a lot of alcohol. She had a lot of alcohol. I think she knew that, sorry, I don't want to butcher her name. Kenneka had a lot of alcohol. I also think that, oh, my cards are going everywhere. I also think that she knows the family well, so now she's feeling the burden after the fact in regards to the family. Anything else you want us to know about her? She's talking about she's now able to see things in a different perspective. She's able to see things in a different perspective. She was unable to move. Her hands were being bound. Her hands were being bound. Her hands were being bound, and she didn't have control of her legs. She was assaulted. She was assaulted. She was assaulted. She was fighting until she gave up. She gave up. He won the battle. She gave up. She's hoping that her family can balance things. She's hoping that her family can balance things, to balance their emotions, keep things in perspective, and find their inner strength. To find their inner strength. Are you going to receive justice? Sorry. What I see one of the guys was older. One of the guys was older. He betrayed them at the party. Another woman made a decision. A woman made a decision, and they went forth with the decision. And now they seem to be on the defense. I'm sitting here. The magician's all about manifestation and creating. So on the defense, I don't know if one of the girls are pregnant or if that's her mother. But to me, her mother wouldn't be on defense. So I'm thinking one of the girls is pregnant. Or soon to be pregnant. Or is pregnant now. And she's on defense because she was part of orchestrating it. She had her hand in orchestrating it. She betrayed. There's a King of Cups at the party. And there's a woman, a cold woman. A cold woman. I don't see any justice yet. The Ten of Swords is death. There was a fight. They were a fight. The girl was at a fight. She had a fight. The End of Pentacles. The Lovers. Someone did receive some financial gain. And there was lovers. The lovers, they weren't lovers. Here it is. Alcohol. They gave her alcohol. A lot of alcohol. This man gave her alcohol. She was inebriated. She was inebriated. Someone received money. Somebody received money. The Pentacles is coming up. One of her friends received money for her to have sex. And the light is going to be shined out on it. I think it's an older guy. He worked together. Yes. So there was really 3 of them. So it was 2 guys that assaulted her, but there was really 3 of them working together to hide this body. And I think one of the girls has a relationship with one of the guys that was involved. Yep. One of the girls has a relationship with one of the guys that did this. She's feeling bad about it now, after the fact. Because she's too busy. She's feeling bad and she's trying to figure out how to cover her tracks. How to cover her traps. How to plant evidence. How to get rid of stuff. She kind of turned her back on the friendship. The girl kind of turned her back on the friendship. And she was very angry. She was very angry. She had her own... She was very angry. She turned her back on her friendship. She was very angry. And she knew that... There was 2 guys and a girl. 2 guys and a girl. One guy was very angry. He worked off of emotions. And one guy was just like, damn, after the fact. Like, damn, we gotta fix this. We gotta do something. There's another girl. One of the girls actually is dating or something one of the guys that did this, or is very interested in one of the guys that did this. And I keep asking if they're gonna if they're gonna see justice. It's showing 3 girls right now. 3 girls are sad. 3 girls are sad and regret. 3 girls are sad with regret. 1 actually did it. One girl actually knew what was going on, or she was too busy enjoying her life. Like, maybe she didn't know what was going on, but she was there, and she was probably drunk too and not paying attention. And the other girl actively knew something was going on. She actively knew what was happening. One girl actually knew what was happening and had knowledge of it, and one girl helped develop a plan afterwards. And then there's the 3 of Swords, is of regret. The King of Swords, that's, to me, it's like the police. A lot of secrets. Because I used up all the knights, so the kings are coming in. So it's still showing the same guy. And the secrets. Between these 2 guys is the secret. I wonder if that's going to tear it apart. Between these guys, the secrets is going to come forth. One of them is going to talk, or something's going to get exposed. And that's going to start the process of enlightenment. I'm almost using this whole deck. The Truth, the Maiden, and a girl is going to talk. So one of these guys, the secrets is going to come out between these 2 guys, and in the middle, a girl is going to bring some information forward. She's going to tell the truth, because she can't look at herself in the mirror anymore. It was about money. It was about money. It was about, I keep seeing pentacles. It was about money. This is like a long process. You see how many cards I had to go through. Oops, I took 2 cards. Hold on. Twin souls. I don't know what the twin souls mean. The mother. The 7 of Cups. There's a lot of confusion. The mother is trying to be the protective bear. A lot of confusion. Somebody's weaving, I don't even know, somebody's weaving a lot of lies. They're weaving a story. I don't even know if you guys can see anymore. Hold on. Oh, the devil. A lot of lies in regards to what happened that night, because it was really over some money. There's going to be a change. Swords. 6 of Cups. Nostalgia. The world. I don't know. I don't see anybody going to jail. There's the Justice. Looks like one of the girls is going to see, one of the girls, everything is going to come down. New information is going to come. This is a long process. The truth is going to be told. And then they're finally going to get some imprisonment. There's going to be, one of the girls, there's a lot of stress. And then there's going to be some imprisonment. So this is going to be a long process. This isn't going to be solved overnight. This is a long process, but it looks like 2 guys were involved. One girl actively knew what was going on, knew about the plan of sex and stuff, and one that found out afterwards, but was drunk and found out afterwards, had some type of knowledge, but really didn't. Found out afterwards. One person actively got money. They're webbing their weave of lies right now. About what's going on. One of the girls is actually in some type of relationship with one of the guys. Or likes one of the guys. Something like that. Or hopes for a relationship with one of the guys. Or had a sexual relationship with one of the guys prior. The one that did this. So two. One was acting, it wasn't premeditated to kill her. No. One was holding her arms. She was physically held. She was fighting until she couldn't fight no more and she gave up. Alright, that's the end of this reading. I hope you guys have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.